We didn't want the morning to pass without taking note that yesterday was Flag Day, 231 years after the flag's adoption by the Continental Congress. Its broad stripes and bright stars give proof through the years that our flag is still there.
Glory, glory, hallelujah.
The flag. We wave it in celebration, turn to it for strength in times of crisis or on the field of battle. It helps us heal when we grieve, and it marks our great accomplishments. A piece of cloth, 13 stripes, red and white, and 50 stars on a field of blue. A lightning rod for all sorts of political emotions.
We love America, how about you?
Just what is a flag? Why does it call up such fierce emotions in us?
We're looking at an exclusionary flag from the period of 1851 to 1858. So what is happening here is Northern abolitionists have excluded the slave states from the U.S. flag.
Ben Zaricor began collecting flags to try to answer that question 39 years and 2,800 flags later. He believes he has found some answers.
It's the way we can express our national personality is through this symbol. The symbol that has no meaning in and of itself. It's a piece of cloth with a design, but we read all the symbolism into it. What we have here are the President John F. Kennedy's limousine flags.
Each flag, he says, has a story to tell.
And you can see the oil from the tires or the dirt from the tires where it rubs the lower quadrant, right-hand quadrant of the flag. There's many different stories. They're all personalized, and I think that's the real power.
Stories and flags as diverse as the country itself.
A lot of these old flags, they have their own personality, I call it. Some people would make it with 12 stripes. Some would say 14 stripes. Some would start their stripes with white instead of red. They'd put their star patterns. There are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of patterns.
As a symbol, there's none more powerful. But is it art? Ben Zaricor thinks so.
Many of us have heard of Jasper Johns, the artist who took the 48-star flag and painted it, and these original paintings now are in the Museum of Modern Art in New York and worth millions of dollars. When you take a relic from the 19th century or even the Revolution period and you frame it, it is a piece of art.
As to whether it's an aesthetically pleasing design, well, Zaricor has reservations.
No design firm would come up with this design. I mean, you're talking about rectangles within rectangles, stars and stripes, and those colors.
I think that there are a number of national flags in the world that are more attractive than the United States flag. And Canada probably is one of them.
Whitney Smith knows something about flags. He is the world's only full-time vexillologist. That's the word for flag expert. Dr. Smith coined it himself in 1957.
I took my schoolboy Latin and the word vexillum, meaning flag, and the Greek ology, which means the study of.
The question of what a flag is, he says, is more complicated than it seems.
It doesn't have to be made of cloth. It doesn't have to be sewn. It doesn't have to be put on a stick, although all of those are certainly typical characteristics.
Whitney Smith has studied all the world's flags. He even designed the flag of one country, Guyana. The American flag, he says, is unique.
The American flag has been the people's flag right from the beginning, and so it is their story written in all of the variations that they have come up with over the years.
A story that stitched this country together, star by star, changing as the country changed.
We lacked what every other country had. We had no racial designation. We had no king, and we had no common religion. And the idea of a document like the Constitution or a concept like liberty being the binding force is very abstract. And people need something concrete. So the flag came to be that binding force.
In times of grief and times of war, in celebration or just for fun, the flag serves many purposes, different things at different times.
This flag came from Ladder 4, Battalion 9, the Pride of Manhattan of the New York Fire Department. And they used this flag on the back of their ladder trucks after 9/11.
Thousands of stories and thousands of flags, which Zaricor hopes will someday get a museum of their own.
It's remarkable that we have no place where we can go to learn this history. The flag has no home except in our heart.